All right, guys, so I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of the recent back and forth between the YouTuber Chrissie and the YouTuber Exoticals United. Especially those of you who are basically my followers or subscribers who are subscribed to my channel, because there's a lot of overlap with some of these other internet spaces, let's be honest. And so, from what I know, even from Exoticals United's own testament, her own statement, when I first basically came across the woman and I was on a panel with her 2 years ago. I asked her about some specific terms she used, like Blackistan, gaslighting tactic. It's like, it kind of has a ring to it when you say that. It's like, where'd you get that from? And she said she got it because she started her channel as basically a troll channel in response to Chrissie and the BWE content creators, but specifically Chrissie. So Chrissie was essentially the Exoticals United's main inspiration for her channel. Basically, as I say, spawned. Her channel spawned off of the Chrissie sector because when you go over to the Chrissie, I'm not familiar with the Chrissie channel until recently, kind of went over to live stream to see what they're talking about. But when you go over to her channel, you realize it's basically pro-black women, pro-dark-skinned black women, and they have their own space, which is a beautiful thing. I congratulate them for that. But what you often find with spaces like that, there's a lot of bitter, resentful, and racist people that navigate in those spaces, especially people who are hostile towards biracial people and mixed people. And it's in a way to where they feel like they're justified. They're justified in their anti-white women and anti-biracial racism. So I want to share with you guys some comments that I saw in one of Chrissie's recent videos where she was addressing Exoticals United. Now, this, I believe, is the first video. And, like I said, there's a lot of comments. I didn't go through all of them, but I got a lot. So look at this one right here. Says, on another note, the biracials and psychoticals have been extra aggressive in real life. They take the position, these people, as they're the victims, right? Because they're dark skinned and the colorism kind of hierarchy, they're victims. So they feel like they're justified in being racist and anti-white women. She puts here, I'm down to 2 biracial friendships. But you see, are they really her friends, or is she using those biracials to get, white proximity? Because earlier she puts here biracials. So she's going to slur her biracial friends. They're not her friends. Okay. She puts here, one has a fully black mom and can 100% pass. She's the best. She can 100% pass for what? She's saying fully black mom. So it's a black mom biracial. These are the ones they like, that they feel like they can use the best. She's 100% pass. 100% pass for what? For white. Like I'm saying, she'll sit there and call this woman a biracial behind her back. But she's the best. She likes her because, like I said, she can give her proximity to whiteness. They use you mulattoes. It's so hilarious. A lot of you mulattoes haven't figured it out yet. And continuing on, puts, and one that was abandoned by her Afro-Caribbean dad, she really, really struggled. The truth is, it's hard out here for a cry racial. You guys see that? She's calling you guys biracials and cry racials. But she's got 2 of you as friends, right? That she can use you to get closer to her white massa. But they need to take their trauma to their other racial side and stop trauma dumping on fully black girlies. It's 2024 and the door is closed. You guys see this crap? The hypocrisy is out of this world. Look at this comment. It says her mom must be white. This is really what it comes down to when you explore that quote unquote sector. The BWE, which is Black Women Empowerment, the divestors, these are kind of black female supremacy spaces. Because you have to understand, when you analyze the Afrocentric pro-blacks, the African-American spaces, they'll cry and whine about white supremacy, right, for the next 500 years. But the black women, they cry and complain about white women. When they talk about white supremacy, they're not talking about Brad or the white guy that they want to marry and have biracial kids with. When they talk about white supremacy, they're talking about white women. And it's the complete reverse when you look at the pro-black male. When they talk and whine and cry about white supremacy and the race soldiers, they're talking about white men. They're not talking about white women, because a lot of these guys, these pro-wax like Tariq Fraud Sheed and the rest of them, Phil Advice Show, they're trying to marry and get in bed with these white women that have mixed kids. So this is an interesting gender dynamic when you analyze these people. And of course, like I said, they want to kind of pass down their dysfunction and confusion onto you. And I'm one guy out here that's like, nope, not with me. We can see here another comment. It says, in the next 20 years, I wonder what society will look like where majority of mixed girls have white mothers and black fathers. What will that personality look like? More conspiracies on their part, right? Because their whole thing is they're against black men. They feel like black men has put them down for being dark skinned, and they're against white women, like I said. So if you are a biracial individual, which a lot of us, most of us in America, United States, have white moms, black dads, they hate us the worst over there. And they have a lot of numbers in their little sector, their little space over there, BWE. They have a lot of numbers. And so that's what they do. They navigate towards those spaces and they spread their anti-mulatto and anti-white woman racism. We can see here, and they feel like they're justified because black men has done them. They got to take it up with black men. But they're going to attack the children, attack biracials, and attack random people, and they're going to lump us all together. That's critically important. That's critically important, where they're going to use terms like lie racial and cry racial. They're going to use racist language and lump us all together. Critically important to remember this, because we will revisit this. Look at this comment here. It says, I always said that black men and biracial mixed race light-skinned women were more racist and colorist against dark-skinned black women more than anyone else. Right? Not the white man. I'm telling you guys, you analyze these characters, these divestors, BWE, not the white man, because they love to be at the knees of they white massa. No, it's the white woman they don't like. It's the mixed race woman they don't like, and black men. But oh no, the white man, he's not a color. You guys can't make it up. Or no, not Asian or Latino people. Like, I got so many stories, but that's for another video. But just the hypocrisy of these people is on fleek. And she calls herself Shy Brown Angel. So she's not even really a dark-skinned lady. She's a brown angel. Yeah, okay. This is why I keep my distance from a lot of people. If I have a mixed race daughter, please don't. Okay, I don't want you spreading your confusion to them. I will raise her to be different. She will never be like these women. And I'm going to tell her to stay away from colorist black men. I don't want them brainwashing her to ever think dark-skinned black women are jealous of her. Check out this comment here, another interesting comment. I tell that chick all the time in her comments that she is a tragic mulatto. You guys see that? More racist anti-mulatto sentiment over in that sector. That is why they are so focused on us black women and not their colonizer parents. So there again, this is the anti-white racism, pro-black, anti-white, anti-mulatto. They're going to say colonizer, which is a buzzword, a racist word for white people, right? But all these people, they use this colonizer term, but they're still working for the colonizer, right? They go to the colonizer schools, they go to the colonizer's grocery stores, where all the farms are owned by the quote unquote colonizer. So they, support the colonizer every day, but then they jump on YouTube in like a, sock puppet account talking shit. It's like, you're not fooling anybody out here. You people love the colonizer. They just hate their position in the hierarchy. This is why they throw a lot of shade of mulattoes. She puts here tragic mulatto. Hey, I'm good. Nothing tragic about me. I would never trade place with any character like this with this comment. I wouldn't trade places with anybody, to be honest with you, but let's continue on. Why get mad at us black women for not accepting you when your own white grandparents didn't? They generalize this a lot. White grandparents, like, my white family is very accepting of me and my family. I mean, we've done pretty well, but they overgeneralize. This is more of the kind of hysteria and falsehoods that Blackistan spreads, just more racism from them. Yeah, so a lot of interesting commentary, a lot of interesting comments, and that was the main thing that sparked my kind of interest in this whole debacle. It was because Exoticals United, like I said, I'm not a fan. I unsubscribed from her months back when she kind of rebranded and changed the direction of her channel. I thought initially, when I first found her a couple years ago, it was a space for mixed people. But she's rebranded, she's changed it into a misandrist platform, and she's trying to compete with these other black women who've already built their platforms, misandrist platforms. They have large followings. So she's trying to compete with them, but have more of a centered space for mixed women. And so, yeah, I'm not a fan of either of these. Like Chrissie, I already knew she's basically a racist and she's colorist. She'll support Kwame Brown. She'll say Kwame Brown is justified in being racist and colorist to light-skinned men because he was a victim. Like, she identified with him. I already pointed that out. This is how they work. The men and the women, they can play this little gender war and divester war crap on social media. But when it comes down to it, when it comes with the mulatto is in the picture, they will team up against you. And this is something I tell people to encourage people. I stress to them, you got to look at this information, analyze what they're saying, the commentary, and put it together. And it's very evident. So I'm not a fan of either one of these creators, Chrissie, Exoticals United. A lot of these anti-biracial, anti-mulatto sentiments are out here. Know who the people are, what spaces they navigate, who don't like you, who are putting a target on your back, and they resent you. You have to be aware of this stuff. Talk to you guys on the next one.